Hello and welcome. I am Leah. Today we will talk about the man who wouldn't die. Imagine hearing that a man was poisoned, shot, beaten, thrown into an icy river, and still refused to die. Now imagine people claiming they saw him walking through the streets after he had already been murdered. Was Grigory Rasputin a holy man, a fraud? Or was he the most mysterious person in Russian history? Today, you'll discover one of history's strangest stories while improving your English. Let's begin. Our story begins in 1869 in a tiny village called Pokrovskoye, deep in Siberia. Winter was long. The roads were muddy. Life was difficult. Grigory Rasputin was born into a poor farming family. As a young boy, he received very little education. He could barely read or write. Yet people noticed something unusual about him. Some villagers believed he had extraordinary intuition. Others thought he could calm frightened animals simply by speaking softly to them. Whether these stories were true or not, they helped build his mysterious reputation. As Rasputin grew older, he became increasingly interested in religion. He traveled across Russia as a wandering pilgrim, visiting monasteries and holy places. Wherever he went, stories about him became more extraordinary. Some believed he healed the sick. Others believed he was a dangerous fraud. No one seemed able to agree. At the beginning of the 20th century, Russia was ruled by Tsar Nicholas II. The royal family had one heartbreaking secret. Their only son, Alexei, suffered from hemophilia. Even a small injury could become life-threatening because his blood could not clot properly. Doctors had little success treating him. Then Rasputin arrived. Whenever the boy became seriously ill, Rasputin prayed beside him. Remarkably, Alexei often seemed to improve afterward. Historians still debate why. Perhaps Rasputin's calm presence comforted the family. Perhaps his advice unintentionally helped the boy recover. Whatever the reason, Tsarina Alexandra became convinced that Rasputin had been sent by God. From that moment on, Rasputin gained extraordinary influence within the imperial court. Many Russian nobles were furious. How could an uneducated peasant advise the emperor? Rumors spread rapidly. Some called him a saint. Others called him the devil. As World War I dragged on, Russia faced enormous problems. Food became scarce. Soldiers died in huge numbers. People searched for someone to blame. Many believed Rasputin controlled the royal family behind the scenes. Whether that was true remains debated. But several powerful aristocrats became convinced that eliminating Rasputin would save Russia. One of them was Prince Felix Yusupov. He gathered several conspirators. Together, they prepared an assassination. They believed it would be simple. They were terribly mistaken. On the night of December 30th, 1916, Rasputin accepted an invitation to Yusupov's palace. The official story that spread afterward became one of history's greatest legends. According to Yusupov's memoirs, Rasputin was first served cakes and wine containing cyanide. He ate them. Nothing happened. The conspirators were shocked. Yusupov then pulled out a revolver. He fired. Rasputin collapsed. Believing him dead, the conspirators walked away. Moments later, Rasputin suddenly stood up. He staggered toward the courtyard. The terrified assassins chased him through the snow. More gunshots echoed through the night. Finally, Rasputin fell. His body was later thrown into the freezing Neva River. It sounds unbelievable, because it probably is. Modern historians question many parts of this story. The autopsy found no convincing evidence that cyanide caused his death. Most experts believe Rasputin died from gunshot wounds. The dramatic version likely grew larger with every retelling. Rasputin's death did not end the stories. Quite the opposite. Soon, rumors spread across Petrograd. Some people claimed they had seen Rasputin walking in the streets. Others swore they saw him entering the palace or disappearing into the snow. There is no reliable historical evidence that these sightings really happened. They were rumors fueled by fear, fascination, and Rasputin's already mysterious reputation. Still, the stories spread quickly. The legend of the man who wouldn't die had begun. Even after his death, Rasputin remained a symbol of mystery. But his story wasn't over. Just a few months later, the Russian Revolution erupted. The new government made a shocking decision. They dug Rasputin's body out of its grave and burned it in public. Why? Did they fear his followers? Did they want to destroy his legend forever? We'll uncover that extraordinary final chapter in part 2. Today's vocabulary: wilderness, meaning a large, wild, natural area. Example: Rasputin grew up in the frozen wilderness of Siberia. Controversial, meaning causing disagreement or strong opinions. Example: Rasputin was one of the most controversial men in Russian history. Restless, meaning unable to stay still or satisfied. Example: as a young man, Rasputin became restless and left home. Piercing, meaning very intense or powerful. Example: Rasputin was famous for his piercing blue eyes. Possess, meaning to have or own something. Example: many people believed Rasputin possessed special powers. Desperate, meaning feeling that there is no hope. Example: the royal family became desperate to save Prince Alexei. Coincidence, meaning an unexpected event that happens by chance. Example: some historians believe Alexei's recovery was just a coincidence. Whisper, meaning to speak very quietly. Example: people whispered Rasputin's name across Russia. Assassinate, meaning to murder an important person for political reasons. Example: several nobles planned to assassinate Rasputin. Challenge: which word is new to you? Write a sentence using it in the comments and practice your English.